Have you ever heard of Christmas crack? Or maybe you've heard of it called Fools Toffee or Saltine Toffee. Yes, it's made with saltine crackers. It's so easy to make and it's made with really simple ingredients. We're going to start with 2 sticks of salted butter. Then we need 1 cup of dark brown sugar, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You could also use dark chocolate or milk chocolate, saltine crackers, and then you need 3/4 cup of chopped pecans. The equipment you need is pretty specific. You definitely need foil, non-negotiable. You definitely need a nonstick spray, non-negotiable. And you also need a 10 by 15 rimmed baking sheet. This size is also non-negotiable. For this recipe, you have to have this size or the saltine crackers will float apart in the oven and it will not work. Believe me, I've tried. So do better than me, stick with this size. What you want to do is take that rimmed baking sheet. Sometimes it's also called a jelly roll pan because it's the 10 by 15 size. Line it with foil. Make sure you get it covered from side to side, because this is going to prevent your toffee from baking to the pan and sticking for the rest of your life. The next step is you want to really generously coat that foil with that nonstick spray. Again, this is going to make sure that your toffee doesn't stick and bake to the foil. Now you're going to take those saltine crackers and you're going to literally fill the entire pan with the saltine crackers. You can see I'm just kind of putting them down in the pan, but then I'm going to move them all up so that they are edge to edge. You want them touching and then also touching the sides. If you need to overlap a few crackers, that is totally fine as well. At the end here, you can see that I'm cracking some of the crackers in half so that we make sure we fill the pan from edge to edge. Again, that's going to keep the crackers from floating apart in the oven. Now in a saucepan, you want to add 2 sticks of salted butter. I like to cut my butter into tablespoon portions. That just helps it melt a little bit faster so the brown sugar doesn't burn before the butter is melted. Now you're going to add in 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Make sure you pack it in that cup and then add it to the pan. That dark brown sugar has a little more molasses in it and gives you that really dark, rich, caramely flavor that you want in your saltine toffee. You're going to let that melt, stirring the entire time. Once everything is melted together, let it simmer in the pan over about medium heat 3 minutes. Then pull it off the heat and you're immediately going to pour it over those saltine crackers. I love using an offset spatula for this because you can easily get that toffee from edge to edge. Spread it over all the crackers. Now you're going to bake this in a 375 oven for 7 minutes. It is going to be smoking hot when it comes out. While it's in the oven, we're going to measure out the other ingredients. You need 2 cups of your preferred chocolate chip and then 3/4 cups of pecans. Here are your baked toffee crackers. They're going to be smoking hot, but you want to use that heat to melt the chocolate chips. So sprinkle those chocolate chips all across the whole pan. And then you're going to wait like 1 or 2 minutes so that they can start to soften. Now we're going to use that offset spatula again. And we're going to just smooth the chocolate chips. This is so soothing. Smooth those chocolate chips. And as you start to kind of move them around, they're going to melt onto those toffee crackers. It's making my mouth water. Make sure that you get that chocolate from edge to edge in the pan. Now we're going to take those chopped pecans and sprinkle them all across the pan. I like to give them a little press as well so they adhere to the chocolate, and then when you're cracking the toffee, they don't come off of the toffee. I'm sprinkling just a little bit of flake sea salt over the top for a little extra salty taste. Now you're going to pop these in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours and they're going to firm up completely, which is what you want. You can grab the entire piece of foil and just pull it out of the pan. Now you're going to crack this toffee. So good. and then just crack it into like bite-sized pieces. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be specific. But what I will tell you is that I have found that if you press down on the chocolate instead of up from the bottom, you get a little bit better crack. A little bite for myself. Now, if you're feeling like, I need these to be perfectly square, I do not like these jagged edges, then you can take a knife and cut it into perfect squares. Works great. I hope that you try this Christmas crack or saltine toffee in your kitchen and it helps you feel like a success at snack time, dessert time, whenever you are going to eat these. Join us next week on Tuesday for another recipe video. Happy holidays, everyone.